Hello.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Department of Earth Sciences, IIT Bombay, and a very warm welcome to Protolith'20. Protolith'20 is a 3-day event curated by the students of the Department of Earth Sciences, IIT Bombay, for the geological community scattered all across the nation. A very young endeavor indeed, the first edition of Protolith was launched in 2015 as a biennial festival and has been successful so far. The prime goal of this event was to bring together the brightest young minds of geoscience community from the entire country to foster learning, to instill inspiration, and to provoke analytical conversations that matter. Protolith'20 was originally scheduled for March this year, which took a hit due to the COVID pandemic and subsequent lockdown. Yet, as they say, in adversity lies opportunity. The enthusiasm of our students and the spirit of this festival has led us to where we are today. Beginning today, this fest will take you through a series of events which include exciting quizzes, several interactive sessions with renowned academicians, and much more. We have arranged a bilateral dialogue between academician and industrial arm of earth sciences, along with synergically intensive workshops. A plethora of events, specially themed around geosciences, have been curated to discuss new ideas, challenges, and advancement in the respective fields via poster presentation, impromptu speech, and debate competitions. We wish to take you on a journey like no other. We will try our best to maximize your experience even on a virtual platform. We hope to see you every day till the valedictory function with same zeal and vigor. I thank you on the behalf of our entire team of Protolith'20 for showing great deal of interest and for being present here today. Now, I would like to cordially invite respected Professor N. Radhakrishnan to take the event further.
So I'm extremely delighted this morning that we are able to make Protolith'20 a reality in a virtual mode. Um, this will be invocation by Murida. So, so the Protolith basically we wanted this to be a different set of platform, not making it as a fully a cultural event. The students of IIT Bombay in 2015, they approached the department with a request to have something very unique at the same time that is beneficial to the whole geoscience student community. So that's where Protolith took birth, and then we were able to organize first Protolith event in October 2015 with a modest student gathering of 170 across India. And then, apart from the many technical competition events, the uniqueness of Protolith entire India is we opened the entire department, all laboratories for the students who have participated in this event. All the 3 days in terms of capsule a module that we made all faculty together, and then we offered to the students the very excellent workshops that became the complete most successful venture from our side. And then students, whether they are winners of the competition or not, students could go back to their homes with some knowledge gathering from IIT Bombay. This is the uniqueness of Protolith event, and then since then we made it. See, such a an attempt and such a large gathering is not possible every year to conduct. So we made this as a biannual event, and 2017 with a good participation of almost 225 students across India. Again, we successfully organized this event. But unfortunately, in March 22nd to 24th, we were supposed to organize the Protolith'20 event where almost 300 students registered and the arrangements were made. And then the 2020 batch of students, they really put in a great effort towards this event. A week before that, unfortunately, we had to cancel due to COVID pandemic. All of you know about the incidents. Then, see, the students of IIT Bombay, their vigor and to carry on certain things which they wanted to make, they never go back from their commitment. And the students again came back to us with a request that why don't we make this as a virtual event. I think with another major challenging event, almost 520 participants from different universities across India. This event we have taken as a big challenge and then completely arranging it in a virtual mode. I'm happy all these years to have associated with these Protolith events and with the complete support from the department and the faculty. So far, we have been organizing it, and then I'm sure that our students, with their effort and their many of alumni also have helped students in developing these virtual mode platforms, and then several innovative things you'll be seeing in next previous events. With this brief introduction about Protolith, I am extremely happy that the Protolith 20 event, our great beloved dignitaries, Dr. William Tiwari, Director NGI, and Dr. Ranjit Raj, an alumnus of our department and who is holding the additional charge of DGSI, have agreed to be the guests of honor and chief guest for this event. And would our students and the participants will definitely learn from your distinguished advisories during the inaugural function. I now request our head of the department, Professor Santanu Banerjee, to welcome the meeting.
Good morning. Good morning to all of you. I welcome Dr. B.M. Tiwari, Director, NGRI, for joining us in this important occasion. I welcome Dr. Ranjit Rath, Director General, Geological Survey of India, who has kindly agreed to be with us. So this is a new mode of Protolith that we have introduced this year. Instead of cancelling this event, we thought that we can do it in a virtual mode. There are many advantages and disadvantages. Basically, we wanted to turn these problems into opportunities. So what are the opportunities with us? We have invited distinguished speakers from abroad. So 4 renowned scientists will join us and give us a talk. One of them is our alumni. We are so delighted to get Dr. Shanmugam with us. His talk is scheduled tomorrow. And other speakers, we didn't even imagine to invite them into IT campus. So another opportunity is that the number of participants. The number of participants are so huge that we could not accommodate in this platform. We have diverted most of them to this YouTube channel. And the limited number of participants here so that it doesn't interfere into our system. We have to basically screen many participants. So we are sorry that we are unable to accommodate all participants, and we are selective in that. And another opportunity for the participants is that they can join this program staying at their home. Bombay is a very expensive place. Accommodation, food, transport, everything expensive. So that the new mode of Protolith is bound to benefit a larger number of audience. Then talking about our department briefly, we are one of the largest departments in geoscience in India. We have a total faculty strength of 25. Even at IIT, our strength is on the moderate side, not on the lower side. We run 5 programs: MSc Applied Geology, MSc Applied Geophysics, MTech Geoexploration, MTech Petroleum Geoscience, and this PhD program. So at one given day, our total strength is more than 200. So this is very less compared to the number of aspirants in our country. Our faculty have achieved many distinguished awards like SS Bhatnagar Award, FNSC, Sharma Jayanti Fellowship Award, National Geoscience Award, Narcis Kopas Young Scientist Award, INSA Young Scientist Medal. So many. We have introduced three national facilities funded by DST, that is electron probe microanalyzer, and then argon mass spectrometer, and then emerging spectroscopy labs. These are all multi-crore facilities that many people are using. Our research trust is the main feature of our department is that department, yeah,
This people might participant वाला सब you might pop.
We are expecting this sort of interactions because many of them will be using this facilities for the first time, and they have no idea how this virtual meeting goes on. But very soon they will learn and they will adjust in next 2 days. So we are hopeful that everything will be perfect within an hour. As soon as our participants know that they need to mute off their system. So one of our main achievements this year is this signing of MOU with Geological Survey of India, and we are expecting to collaborate in a big way with Geological Survey of India. Similarly, we are in talk with AMD to do some MOU, and surely we will start with MOU with other organizations as well. The main feature of our department is that all disciplines in geoscience are balanced. Our department has this many research thrust areas, including geochronology, thermochronology, organic geochemistry, hyperspectral remote sensing, sedimentology, petroleum geology, experimental mineralogy, petrology, ore petrology, economic geology, geodynamics of art, rock physics and carbon sequestration, solid earth exploration and geophysics, and paleobiology. You do not get so many research specialization in other places. In other places, one subject is very strong, other specializations are weak. So I thank all these participants who have taken this thing, lots of difficulties to join this Protolith', and I'm sure that our participants will benefit to a large extent by attending the webinars, quizzes, e-posters, and many other programs. And they will have a very nice memory, and there will be many technical glitches as we have experienced so far, but I expect that these glitches will reduce as the time passes. So just bear a few minutes and everything will be sorted out. I'm very much hopeful about that because this our participants, our this thing organizers have taken adequate measures to keep everything under control. And this, I know this it was a very difficult time. Although it is virtual, we need a minimum number of students to be in campus. and it took a lot of time and effort to bring some certain number of students into the campus because of the restrictions that we have at present. And finally, I thank all these organizers who have taken lots of pain for organizing this event. Okay, thank you.
We are extremely delighted and honored to introduce our chief guest of Protolith'20, Dr. Virendra Tiwari, who is the director of CSIR National Geophysical Research Institute and currently an outstanding professor at SCSIR NGRI Hyderabad. He is a distinguished alumnus of Banaras Hindu University and has completed his PhD in geophysics in the year 1998. He is a fellow of Indian Academy of Sciences, Bangalore, and a fellow of National Academy of Science in India. He won the prestigious National Mineral Award along with other distinguished awards like IGU Krishnan Gold Medal in the year 2008, CSIR Young Scientist Award in the year 2003, INSA Medal for Young Scientists in the year 2000. We would introduce him and we would like him to speak a few words.
Before that, I request Dr. V.M. Tiwari to formally inaugurate this session. I saying it inaugurated.
So, very good morning to all of you. I declare the Protolith'20 one of the very important event for the students in the country to be open. Thank you.
Wait.
Professor Radhakrishna.
Yeah, one minute. Just stay there. Students are starting the teaser.
Yes.
You can. Dr. Veer, just go ahead.
Wonderful video. Dr. Rath, a very distinguished alumni of Department of Earth Sciences and now DGCSAR on additional charge. Professor Radhakrishna, Professor Banerjee, head of the department, my dear students, colleagues, and participants joined through this virtual platform. We are living in exceptional and difficult times due to the spread of COVID-19 pandemic that has snatched the opportunity from us to meet and discuss the excitement of the earth science education and research today. Though Professor Banerjee had mentioned many of the advantages, but we all understand that geoscience, the science, the earth, need to see earth's material closely, discussed, deliberate, and even after having differences of opinion, make a proposition about evolution and sustainability of these materials over billions of years. This was something which you would have all liked to do together, but really it's unfortunate, but certainly so wonderful that the thoughtful program had been organized by students under the direction of Professor Krishna and Professor Banerjee. I compliment the organizers of the event of the Protolith', teachers and students are virtually bringing us together to witness the creativity of our younger colleagues. The perspective of the event is very well brought out in a brochure that appears to be a forward-looking learning space. You must have all seen the few minutes video that had very well pictured the 15 organized events within this Protolith'20 and explore the possibilities of exciting ourselves to be part of this event. The post-COVID-19 society is facing complex problems. In addition to the health issues, problems as pandemic has significantly disrupted the usual rhymes of our days. As earth scientists, I believe that we collectively, geologists, geophysicists, climatologists, and all kinds of the geoscience experts can offer solution for new situation which has localized all of us in different places. It appears that we need to produce the new type of scientists, new type of researchers. Post-COVID had made us to learn, and one who understands a broad range of the disciplinary approaches is able to speak creative questions, trained to answer those questions with a wide range of the tools. And this kind of 21st century scientist must have a skill set that allows him or her to probe and explore problems to find and critically evaluate information to work productively as a member of a team and to effectively communicate research findings to others. I understand the event like Protolith facilitate such possibilities of making new generation of the earth scientists. And that's the reason why I feel that such kind of the event is really important in the history of geoscience research and education in the country. We also understand that this event is bringing the different kinds of the thinker, different levels of the researchers, those who are budding, who have not even thought of bringing uh, their career towards research, those who are in the colleges, even at the BSc level, and therefore this will certainly make a big difference when country is looking for a very new kind of possibilities and which can provide solution indigenously the different issues which are relevant to the our sciences. Science has always been a function on two levels that we may describe as curiosity driven and need driven, and they interact widely but differently for different problems and time and space. Many of you must have heard the applied research, basic research. Nevertheless, what I understand with working in the geosciences, the basic science of geoscience has always the application, though the monetization time varies from time to time. Science has always functioned on two levels that we many understand that it, it, it has to be commercialized at certain period of time, particularly the post-COVID. The needs of the pure science are huge, but poorly understood stimulus for technologies that have the capacity to be disruptive precisely because these needs will arise from the market space. Sometimes questions are asked, what drives science, technology, and you all must have heard when Professor Banerjee was talking about the infrastructure of Department of Earth Sciences at IIT Mumbai, right, Bombay, Mumbai, and you can say that the many of the analytical facilities have driven the new kind of the possibilities to look into Earth's inner space. And therefore, we understand that sometimes the technology is driver for the fundamental science. Nevertheless, we have to understand that when the first telescope was discovered, people did not know its application, and after the same telescope had been used for all the purposes, even now we find like spectacles. We also been told since our childhood that necessity is mother of invention, but in all human societies, necessity is not well defined. So, for example, I would say I did not know I needed a cell phone before it was developed, and nearly everyone else had one of that. So, how do we define this society? How do we define our necessity? That itself is a question. And this post-COVID has made us to learn few of the things that what necessity is, right from our thinking of our health, thinking of the environment in which we are living, and the resources what we need to sustain. Science, of course, always changes through the accumulation of knowledge, but it also changes through revolutions in its theoretical structure, through its indeed improving technology. As I said that having a technology also sometimes drives the science, though it's evolving sociology. I was mentioning that I did not know about the possibility of having cell phone is necessity for me. Science, the ultimate example of an open innovation. And innovation can come not only from those who have researched over decades, but also by our budding scientists, the students whom we are interacting. And the creativity of the students, organizers of Protolith is really marvelous. One can see that how nicely they have put each and every possibility which can be done with the science real. Sorry. The direct benefit of the scientific research to a developing country like India far exceeds its direct benefit. So many of the people they think that the present day science should immediately be beneficial, but many of the people may not be aware 20 years back that there is something called a material gas hydrate existing in a large volume that can serve the purpose of the energy resources in 21st century. So the benefits what we can take out of doing the science, not the excitement of knowing the unknown, but also knowing the things which may be useful to the mankind in the years to come. Life and environmental sustainability on the earth is very much dependent on the natural balance and respectful of humanity's symbolic relationship with the earth's natural ecology, the biological cycles. So you all know we are talking of the productivity of the agriculture, we are talking of the productivity of the ocean. So one side, if we see the biogeochemical cycle plays a very important role. Higher education and research in earth sciences is particularly very relevant in solving the crisis of the climate change, for management of the water and the other resources of any place or nation which are needed post-COVID, particularly for sustaining. Sustainable water supply is a major driver for sustainable living. At present, it is estimated that about 15% of the global population do not have access to the safe water, and majority of these are in the developing countries like India. It is well known that many of the life-threatening diseases, and probably you may be knowing that every day one child dies of the waterborne disease. So common and it's so common, particularly in the developing world, are spread by drinking contaminated. Further, it is estimated that agricultural consumption that takes almost more than 65% of the water, particularly in the countries like India, it is more than 80% of fresh water supplies, and already many countries like India and the regions are experiencing water scarcity at alarming levels due to the prolonged periods of drought. Sometimes, for example, you must have heard about 2002 drought, 2009 drought, which were few of the very drought in the last few decades. Droughts are predicted to become more prolonged as the result of the consequences of the climate change, and so demand for the fresh water will be inevitably rising. We also know that about 30% over the next 2 decades, there will be a change in the water availability, the subtropical countries and the tropical countries. Therefore, there is a need of educating and exciting the students and the area to provide the good quality sustainable water in the any area. Coal, oil, and natural gas.
Yeah, actually problem.
80% of the global energy needs mainly in the form of the electricity and the transport fuels. But at the same time, the produce of the
Laptop na all the entry.
globally, we all know that the requirement will jump almost 50% by 2030. And it is estimated that till 2050, the major source of the energy will remain the fossil fuels which are taken from the earth. What I'm trying to convey is that when we are talking of uh, vocal for local, when we are talking of Atmanirbhar Bharat, when we are talking of technology driven solutions, we are looking and we should feel that we have, as a scientists, a big responsibility to play in the post COVID. And the very creative students who are participating in this Protolith event, I'm sure they will take these challenges of water, energy, and food for the country benefit in the coming future through the research and work in the geosciences. We we also understand that if we see the 10 big science questions had been talked few years back, and one of them is origin of the life. And origin of the life cannot be studied without collaborating, without understanding the Earth's billion years of the history. So, while closing my remarks on the inaugural of this event, I would once again would like to appeal and invite our young generation colleagues that see you are one of the few fortunate people who can provide the solutions for sustainable life in the future while working in the earth sciences. So with this, I also thank the organizers, Professor Radhakrishnan, and the organizing committee of the students for connecting me to the large group of the young generation scientists today. And I look forward for very fruitful, exciting deliberation and also future possibilities of collaboration amongst participants and through participants, their organizations. Thank you and namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir. We are extremely honored to have our guest of honor, Dr. Ranjit Rath, among us today, who is also a distinguished alumnus of Department of Earth Sciences, IIT Bombay, graduated in the year 1994. Our eminent guest of honor is presently holding three significant positions. First, Chairman and Managing Director, Mineral Exploration Corporation Limited in Nagpur, which is a mini mantra ICPSC under Ministry of Mines. Second, he is the Director General of Geological Survey of India in Kolkata, which is the second oldest government organization under the Ministry of Mines. And third, the Chief Executive Officer of Khanij Videsh Limited, India Limited, at New Delhi, a JV company of NALCO, HCL, MECL, and Ministry of Mines initiative. Dr. Ranjit Rath is also a recipient of prestigious National Geosciences Award in 2016. He is a practitioner geoscientist with a portfolio of strategy formulation, business development, and application of geosciences. I would like to request you to speak a few words.
First of all, thank you very much for this kind words. My colleagues, Professor Tiwari, Director NGRI Hyderabad, Professor Radhakrishnan and Professor Santanu Banerjee of IIT Bombay, many dignitaries, distinguished art science practitioners who are participating in this innovative concept of online celebration of Protolith 2020, my fellow batchmates, alumni of IIT Bombay Art Sciences Department, the current student fraternity, and the future geoscientists. It is extremely heartening to note that for me, it is a homecoming. I wish I would have participated and spoken to you in person, being in the department. When I look back, it is at 25 years and I still feel that whatever we are today or whatever you will become tomorrow is all because of our alma mater and then the faculties who teach us selflessly. Because when they teach us, for them we are all equal. They give their best effort to create future leaders. And it is applicable not only for art sciences, it is applicable across the domain. So first of all, before I start speaking to you as future geoscience leaders, I must bow my head in reverence to all the faculties who taught me geosciences in IIT Bombay and other institutes also, plus the current faculties who are actually doing yeoman services. My dear students, it was always and it will always remain a pleasure when you study in IIT Bombay. But it is not necessary that every student will get an opportunity to study only in IITs. It is a stiff competition and we must respect it. But what I am trying to tell you is, it is not necessary that you can only study in IITs. What matters most is whatever you do, wherever you study, give it your best shot, as if there is no tomorrow. Do things with a specific purpose, with a specific passion. Otherwise, there is absolutely no meaning. When I speak to children or students or practitioners, geoscientists who are future leaders, there are 3-4 things which I would like to say from my perspective. As geoscientists, we are a privileged lot. Privileged lot in the sense that we have a specific skill set which is either intrinsic or created by the able support of our faculties, is a three-dimensional perspective thinking, an intuitive thinking, the third eye that I call. By virtue of the subject that we study, we always try to kind of recreate things. We develop always an interpretative model, be it mineralogy, the 32 classification system, be it petrology, and the very name protolith, the original rock which has got metamorphosed. It's all reconstruction. Reconstruction based on logic, reconstruction based on evidences, reconstruction based on academic pursuits, and reconstruction based on fine and best instruments and innovative thinking. When I say so, that gives us a tad better than our other colleagues. Therefore, we have a specific contribution in the entire economy, be it in any subject, because it's not necessary that tomorrow you will continue to practice geoscience. You might as well join as a faculty, you might as well take up administrative portfolio, you might as well take up industry portfolio, you might as well take up both fundamental research or applied research in wherever or whatever function or portfolio that you choose. But please remember, this three-dimensional perspective thinking will stay with you, and this will actually enable to pursue your agenda ahead. Another thing that we always learn during pursuing geosciences is we need lots of perseverance and patience, which of course Professor Tiwari has already said. The unprecedented COVID-19 taught us on a very hard way. Otherwise, we could not have thought that we would organize Protolith 2020 on an online mode. The best part is we thought through it and we created an innovative mechanism wherein the reach becomes immense. And I'm told by Professor Radhakrishnan and Professor Santanu is that today the Protolith has gone beyond IIT Bombay, has gone beyond India, has become a global event. So, if we persevere and if we strongly believe that we got to do it with all the passion, it's possible. The third thing is, as a student, we always do it. And as a professional, I would urge every individual to also practice it. We must promote the concept of togetherness, the concept of we. Because if you all remember, when you undertake your field trip, which is the first interaction that you do with your nature art, under the able guidance of your faculties or the faculty advisors, we work together. We work together to unravel the structural mysteries. We work together to prepare our concept notes. We work together to prepare our geological reports. We work together to prepare the mining reports, whatever training that we do. It is extremely essential that we remain in togetherness and we respect every individual by virtue of his or her passion or professional excellence. As Professor Santanu Banerjee has just told, that IIT Bombay Earth Sciences Department is an agglomeration of all the possible facets of geosciences. And believe me, I am one of those privileged students who has experienced them. So coming back to the purpose of geosciences, you would realize that geosciences is primarily divided into two concepts from an economic perspective. One is it helps you establish natural resources that gives you energy security, food security, mineral security, you name it. The other perspective is it helps you reconstruct and try to predict natural hazards. So both have nature. You convert it into resources and you map the hazards, be it landslides, be it tsunamis, be it earthquakes. Now, the opportunity of learning is so crucial that you today have the best of the facilities in the country. 25 years, we wouldn't have thought of the way we have created niche opportunities of application of geosciences. Early warning system of landslides, which GSI is doing right now. Seismotectonic atlas of compiling the entire tectonic events in this part of the globe or elsewhere. Precise mapping of epicenters and focuses. Unthinkable. The extent of mineral exploration which is happening today by advent of airborne geophysics. Elsewhere in the globe it is very well practiced and in India it has already taken shape. The excellent work in terms of groundwater exploration which NGRI has pioneered. Pretty long shots. Now the whole issue why I am sharing this with you is today as a student of geosciences you have immense potential not only to have access to the data or published literature or faculties who are struggling their best to put forward a 1 hour class. You have immense career opportunities. Another area of interest. In GSI we have brought out heritage sites which are geologically typical. One would fail to understand the nice columnar basalts in the St. Mary Island, which is primarily a kind of peninsular gneissic complex or granite complex, which is located off the coast of Padur or Udupi. Or the nice architectural or structural artworks that you see in the while you are driving down to the Tirupati temple. Or you would have this nice gorge in the Kadapa basin. Or you have the large scale fossils or the Inaugural Protoliths. Now these are things which is lying there to be unraveled, to be discovered, to be thought through. And this is a science where you can challenge thought processes. There are immense signatures of geosciences all over the country. And I still remember with fondness whenever in our classes our faculties used to give us examples, not of in addition to the Thornbury examples of USA or Australia or Europe or Africa, very specific examples from our Indian subcontinent. We are living in a period where opportunities are galore. And I can assure you that if you study or pursue your passion, there is no stop. Having said so, I'm so glad that as GSI and IIT Bombay has embarked upon a collaborative research through an MOU, we welcome all the students and faculties to pursue collaborative research not only with GSI but also with MECL or in similar capacity with all the geoscientific organizations of the country. And what is more important is we must continue to strive hard because I understand that you are all the future leaders of geosciences. This country is reposing faith on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your kind words, sir. Now I would like to request our overall coordinator Piyush Srivastava to conclude this inauguration session of Protolith'20.
Thank you, ma'am. So, thanks to Chief Guest Dr. B.M. Tiwari, our guest of honor Dr. Nanji, and our head of department, and the faculty in charge of Protolith, and the whole team who has worked since last few days, day and night. And apart from this, I will surely thank to the enthusiastic participants without whom the zeal of organizing this photo would have not come to us. When we had decided to organize this photo, we did a small survey by just sending few tips and just taking the inputs of the students. The responses I was getting was really enthused me to go ahead with this. Apart from being the organizer of this event, as a student, I'm very interested to see the responses of few of the events which we have introduced this year, which I must say, Dr. Ranjit has already talked about the logics part of the earth sciences. So there is one event called Petroids. I'm interested to see the results of those events because people are going to code about the identification of the minerals and some other events, for example, geopreneurs, where the amalgamation of industry and the academia are we are going to host such kind of students. So I will not take much time because one of our event has started. So participants must have to leave for them. So thanks to all. I would like to see all of you in the active participation in next 3 days. There will be a separate team of for the technical glitches. So they will be solving all the technical glitches. So I request all the participants to keep yourself updated. Whatever messages we send to all of you on Gmail, on our Facebook, and on Insta pages, so that you can get in touch with those people and solve your issues as soon as possible. Thanks to all of you.
So we are extremely, delighted and thank Dr. V.M. Tiwari and Dr. Anita to grace this occasion and bless this entire event to lead to a successful venture. From the honor of the department, we thank both of you for your valuable time sparing for this event. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.